People call Gemini 3 is mind-blowing, but I didn't believe it. So I tested it with extremely difficult real-world projects, and what it created shocked me. Just watch this video till the end. So here you can see I am on the Gemini website. So first I am going to select canvas, then I will choose the thinking model from the drop-down menu. Actually, with the help of this thinking model, you can use Gemini 3, okay? And yes, in this video I am going to show you multiple projects, so you will see its actual capabilities in real time. So before we start building, let me show you the prompt I gave. I asked it to create an interactive educational dashboard that explains quantum computing concepts with custom visualizations, animations, and a quiz system. Include tabs for different topics like superposition, entanglement, and quantum gates. Make it visually engaging with particle animations. Now, I know it sounds like a very advanced request, but that's exactly what I'm using it, right? Throughout this video, we are going to give Gemini 3 more and more complex prompts just to see how far it can go, how intelligent it actually is, and whether it delivers the hype it's getting everywhere, right? So once I send the prompt, Gemini 3 immediately starts its thinking process. You can literally watch it plan the whole project in front of you. It begins by laying out the structure of the dashboard, then it identifies the core concepts to include, then it designs the visuals and interactions, and finally it starts coding the logic for animations and quantum gates. And honestly, this step-by-step breakdown is so useful because you are not just getting an answer, you are seeing the entire approach, right? So now look at this, it's already writing the full code for the dashboard. Let me show you the final output. The UI it generated is actually pretty clean and simple and exactly matches the description I gave. The tabs are there, the animations are there, the organized layout is there, everything just lines up. For example, when I open the superposition tab, the explanation is right there, clearly written and beginner friendly. It even has a start learning button that takes me directly into the module, and it explains the superposition concept beautifully. Like in classical computing, a bit is either 0 or 1. In quantum computing, a qubit exists in a superposition of both states simultaneously until it is measured. This is the kind of clarity that makes learning much easier for beginners, right? On top of that, everything is functional. The animations respond, the tabs switch smoothly, and the quiz system works perfectly. And I tried one of the questions which asked, what is the fundamental unit of quantum information? And when I selected the answer qubit, it responded correctly. So not only is it generating the UI, it's also handling the logic behind the quiz. That's really impressive for a single prompt, right? And this is just the beginning. And this was our first project, but now we are going to move on to the second idea and make things even more challenging. Because if Gemini 3 can build something like this advanced in just one shot, imagine what happens when we push it even further. Now this time I gave Gemini 3 an even more complex prompt. I told it to create a complete Photoshop style image editor, not just a simple editor, but a full-fledged clone with all the major tools and features. In the prompt, I mentioned everything clearly, like the layer system, selection tools, filters, brush engine, color adjustments, cropping, masking, literally every single feature that makes Photoshop what it is. And the crazy part, Gemini didn't hesitate for even a second. I mean, right after I sent the prompt, it immediately jumped into its thinking mode. I could see the entire planning process happening step by step, okay? And now look at this. It already started writing the code. The moment I saw the preview, I was genuinely surprised. It actually created a Photoshop style interface. The toolbar on the left, the layers panel on the right, the options were on top, color palette, filters menu, everything in its place. The most shocking part is that the features are not just UI buttons, they actually work. The brush tool works, the eraser works, the filters apply correctly, layer switching works, blending modes change the look of the image. This is all happening from a single prompt, which is honestly insane. And I think this is the reason people everywhere are calling it mind-blowing. Everything here is working 100% fully functional, not just a mock-up or a demo, right? And when you look at results like this, you understand why the whole developer community is talking about Gemini 3 like it's the future of app development. Alright, so let's move on to our third idea now. This time I decided to push Gemini 3 even harder. My prompt was build a complete UI UX design tool like Figma in pure HTML with all these specific features. Basically, I told it to create a full Figma style design environment. The canvas, the drag and drop system, shape tools, text tools, layers, panels, alignment guides, resizing controls, grouping. everything that makes Figma the go-to design tool for creators. So after writing the prompt, I just hit send, and again immediately Gemini 3 went into its thinking process. And now look at this. It actually generated a Figma style interface. I mean the left sidebar with the tools, the center canvas, the right hand properties panel. It's all there. The most impressive part is that everything works. You can drag shapes, resize them, rotate them, change their colors, adjust corner radius, add text, move layers up and down. Everything behaves exactly like a simplified version of Figma. That's actually insane for a single prompt. And this is where Gemini 3 starts feeling unreal, because building a design tool like Figma is not a small task at all. It takes companies years, huge engineering teams, and thousands of hours of development. But here, Gemini just reads your prompt once and creates a functional mini Figma that runs right inside your browser. And honestly, at this point, I'm not even surprised, because after the quantum dashboard and the Photoshop clone, this is exactly the kind of output you start expecting from Gemini 3, right? Now let's move on to our fourth idea, and honestly, this one is going to be very interesting. I mean, this time I wanted to challenge Gemini 3 with something extremely technical, something that even experienced developers struggle to build. So my prompt was to create a complete cryptocurrency trading bot simulator in HTML, and not a basic one, but a fully loaded professional grade simulator with every advanced feature you see in real trading platforms. In the prompt, I clearly listed everything I wanted: a real-time candlestick chart using simulated data, multiple trading strategies like moving average, crossover, RSI, Bollinger Bands, implicit divergence, a live order book with bid-ask spreads, a complete portfolio tracker showing holdings, P&L, win rate, max drawdown, plus a backtesting engine for historical testing, adjustable strategy parameters with sliders, multi-time frame analysis. Basically, I asked it to build something that looks and feels like a professional crypto exchange. So after giving this monster of prompt, I sent it, and again Gemini 3 immediately went into its thinking process. And now look at this. Oh my god, it actually did it. It built the entire simulator. Every single feature I asked for is right there on the screen. The candlestick chart looks almost exactly like TradingView. Even the UI is clean, dark themed, and professional, and everything works. That's the craziest part, right? And honestly, this is the time you realize the actual power of Gemini 3. Because building something like this manually would take months of coding, testing, debugging, and charting libraries. But here, Gemini just looks at your detailed idea and turns it into a working simulator in a single attempt. That's why people everywhere are calling it mind-blowing. And yes, you can also build incredible tools like this. All you need is one unique idea and a clear prompt. Gemini 3 will take care of the rest. Now let me tell you how you can actually try Gemini 3 for yourself. So the easiest way is just go to gemini.google.com. Yep, it's that simple. Google's made Gemini 3 available to everyone through their regular Gemini app, and you can start using it right away for free. If you are doing more serious work or need higher limits, they have paid plans like Gemini Pro and Ultra that give you more power. For developers who want to build stuff with it, you can use Google AI Studio, which is free to experiment with. Or if you're building something professional, there is Vertex AI, which gives you API access and also an open router. And if you are really into coding, Google just launched this new thing called Anti-Gravity that's built specifically for developers. Alright guys, that's it for today's video, and I hope now you understand just how insanely powerful Gemini 3 really is. From a quantum learning dashboard to a Photoshop clone to a full Figma style design tool to an advanced crypto trading simulator, it handled everything like it was nothing. And the best part, you can build all of it too. All you need is one good idea and a clear prompt. So if you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, drop a comment, and let me know what crazy project I should test Gemini with next. I will see you in the next video.